Adjusting audio levels. In this lesson, we will discuss how you can adjust and manipulate audio levels in timeline using the keyframes in Premiere Pro CS4. Let's start. As you can see, we have imported one video clip. Make sure that the CTI is at the start of the timeline. If not, hit the Home key and let's drag and place this video clip in timeline. Click this small triangle in order to expand the audio. Now you can easily see the expanded audio in a waveform. Let's delete the rest of the audio tracks by right-clicking and selecting Delete All Empty Audio Tracks and click OK. Let's go to the end of the video by hitting the End key and play it by hitting the space bar. Okay, so have you noticed audio has stopped all of a sudden? Which is a bit weird. Well, normally it won't happen. The audio should fade gradually with the video. But how can we do this? Well, it's very easy in Premiere Pro CS4. Let's zoom in a little so that you can get a precise control. Now, go to Toolbox and grab the Pen tool. Go over the audio track. What you are watching here is the pen tool with an icon of line with up and down arrows, which shows that you can take this yellow line up and down, which is the audio level. If we do that now, it will affect the whole audio volume. We want to reduce the track volume gradually only at the end. For that, we are going to use the keyframes. To add keyframes in the audio track volume, hold the Control key and see a tiny little plus symbol near Pen tool. Once you get this, without leaving the Control key, just click where you want to place the keyframe, and there is your keyframe. Also, one more here at the end. Still hold the Control key and click, and one more time here. Now you can release the Control key. So you've got 3 keyframes. Now you can see a little circle near the pen tool when you go over the placed keyframes. This shows that now you can grab it and easily bring it down like this. So we have a slow fade out happening here. Let's check it out, how it will sound. Oh, well done! The music is fading out. So likewise, you can place keyframes in a number of scenarios. For example, if you are working with some voiceover files, and if some disturbances are coming when the reader is taking a breath in between, or if you want to reduce a voice before the actual audio starts, you can easily do this using keyframes in audio track. Audio effects and transitions. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about audio effects and audio transitions. Let us start with audio effects. If you remember, we have seen some of the video effects in previous lessons. Premiere Pro CS4 provides audio effects too. You can see these audio effects here in the Effects panel, which is right below the Project panel. Click this small triangle in order to expand the audio effects list. Whole audio effect is divided in 3 different categories: 5.1, stereo, and mono. Depending upon the type of audio, you can choose audio effects for your audio clip. Since this is a stereo type audio, let's select stereo effects for now. As you expand this stereo effect list, you can see a huge list with different effects. Showing each effect at this point of time is practically not possible. So, for now, as an example, let's take any of the effects, say treble. To apply it, just click on it and drag it over the audio track and release the mouse. That is all you have to do. Now, for any editing, go to Effect Control Panel, which is next to Source Monitor Panel. Under Audio Effects, along with default effects like volume, the newly applied audio effect is being added to the list. Click this triangle to get into it. As you can see here, you can keep bypass if you want. Also, you can adjust the boost value here. Just go over the value and your pointer will be changed to double-arrowed control. Just click and drag it to the left or right, or you can simply click on it and enter a value there directly. This is the button for toggle the effect on or off. Suppose you have applied a bunch of effects. Anytime you can make the applied effect active or inactive is by clicking this button and observing the clip with or without the effect applied. If you don't want this effect anymore, just click on it and hit the delete or backspace button, and see, it's removed from the list. Let's roll all the effects back to the list and let's see audio transitions now. So let's expand the audio transitions list, the same as we did for audio effects. There are not that many categories here. All audio transitions are arranged under crossfade. If you don't want to use keyframes for audio fade, as we did in the previous lesson, you can use exponential fade transitions. Let's apply and see the changes. Hit the N key in order to go to the end of the audio. Now, click and drag the transition over the audio track and release the mouse. Let's adjust the transition length by going to the start of the transition and drag it to the left. Now, let's hit spacebar to play the effect. So, this is an instant fade, which happened in a hurry, not a gradual fade. This is what you saw. So, depending upon the requirement, you can use these audio effects and transitions in your own work. Audio mixer. In this lesson, let's explore what an audio mixer in Premiere Pro CS4 is. Yes, Premiere Pro CS4 provides its own control over audio. So let's explore it. As you can see here, we have already imported one video and one audio clip. Let's place both on timeline by dragging them over it. Now, let's remove all the empty audio tracks. Now, since here we are discussing about the audio mixer, let's open the audio workspace. Go to Windows menu, go to Workspace and click Audio, or go to Windows menu, go down to Audio Mixer and click the file name. As you click it, you will be in the audio workspace. Here is the audio mixer panel. As you can see, we have two audios present here, named as Audio 1 and Audio 2. The same can be seen here in Audio Mixer also. At any time, you can click and rename the audio name by typing in the new name inside the audio mixer and hit enter. As you hit enter, the changed name will be shown in the respective audio track too. If you are not satisfied with the volume of the audio, you can adjust the volume of tracks by sliding this volume slider. Here, you can pan the audio to left or right by rotating the little knob to clockwise or anti-clockwise, or you can enter the value directly by clicking and typing the value here. Then we have a master audio volume controller. By default it is high, so right now we can only reduce it, which is not required now. Then you can see these three different button icons above the volume slider for audio tracks. Let's explore them too. The very first icon will give you the ability to mute the track. Next to it, it is solo track icon, which will close all the other tracks and make it solo. And the last one, but not least, is the one for enabling track for recording. You can have all different types of input devices connected to your system, like keyboard, microphones, or whatever input hardware you want. If you have appropriate hardware drivers, you can set in your hardware driver preferences. Just keep the CTI from where you want to. You can set the in and out point too in your timeline and can use them to navigate between them. And then you have to click this record button to enable the recording. And then when you hit the spacebar or play button, the recording will start straight to that particular track. Note: always use a new empty track for recording. If you don't do this, it may overwrite the previous track and you may lose the original track. Be careful and enjoy your audio mixer. Audio export. Hi there. Now, we will discuss how you can export your video or audio, or both audio and video, in your required format. So, let's start. As always, we have one video and one audio clip imported in Project Panel. Let's drag them and place it on timeline. Here they are. Now, in order to export any file, go to File menu. Go down to Export and click Media. As you click it, you will get Export Settings window. You can choose your required file format by clicking the Format drop-down list and by choosing your own format. For now, let's choose Microsoft AVI. You can save it as preset by clicking this Save Preset button. You can specify name and path where you want to save the file. You can choose only video or only audio, or both audio and video in your exported file. Let's leave the default settings as it is and click OK. As you click OK, it will take you to software Adobe Media Encoder CS4. Here you have the selected file. Click Start Queue button. The moment you click it, the very next moment the file encoding will start. It may take some time for exporting, so be patient and wait until it finishes. Once it finishes, close the window by clicking the cross. Now, let's import the file. Double-click and select the file and click Open. Now drag the video file on the timeline and hit the spacebar to play it.